So today's topic is about Lorentz force. It's a combination of electric force and magnetic force. So electric force can be explained with the help of Coulomb's law, but we have done it already. So now we will explain what is magnetic force, and both the forces combined together, how we will get Lorentz force. So first we will see with magnetic force. When an electric charge is kept at rest in a magnetic field, no force acts on it. This is an important point. You have an electric charge Q kept at rest in a magnetic field. No force acts on it. At the same time, if the charge moves in the magnetic field, it experiences a force. This force is known as magnetic force. So we have two cases. When the charge is at rest, no force. When the charge is moving in a magnetic field, we experience a force called as magnetic force. But this force, magnetic force, is totally different from Coulomb's force. So we have the force vector as is equal to charge into V vector cross product with B vector. So Q is the electric charge, V is the velocity, and B is the magnetic field. So since this is a cross product, we have force is equal, that M means magnetic force is equal to Q into V into B into sine theta. The sine theta is the angle between velocity and the magnetic field. Now we have to find the direction of the force. For that, I am going to explain with this model. Now we have velocity in this direction. Okay, magnetic flux density B, magnetic field in this direction, or it can be somewhere here also, making an angle theta. And here you have minus. Minus means negative charge. Okay. So when here we have V cross B, that means it is going anti-clockwise. Anti-clockwise means the resultant will be upwards because of negative charge. Suppose if you have positive charge here, the direction is quite opposite. It goes from this point to beneath, just opposite to the previous force. Now we have the statement, the direction of magnetic force on negative charge is opposite to the direction FM on FM means magnetic force on positive charge, provided other factors are identical. What are the other factors? Other factors are V, B, okay, the angle theta, charge, everything has to be same. If that is the case, then the direction will be opposite to each other. So the magnetic force is given by Q, V, B sine theta. Q is charge, V is the velocity, B is the magnetic field, sine theta is the angle between V and B. That means the magnetic force is directly proportional to the magnetic field. First point. The magnetic field is the force is directly proportional to velocity. The force is directly proportional to sine theta. The force, magnetic force, is directly proportional to charge. And one more observation is the direction of magnetic force is perpendicular to both velocity vector and magnetic field vector. Suppose the velocity vector and magnetic field vector both lie in the same direction, then the angle is 0. So sine 0 is 0. That means magnetic force is also 0. Now we will see about motion of a charged particle under crossed electric and magnetic field. Okay. So the magnetic force we already saw that force is given by Q into V cross B. That is final equation, magnetic force is equal to QVB sine theta. Similarly, by Coulomb's law, we know that force is equal to QE. This is by Coulomb's force. And F force vector is equal to Q into V cross B. This is by due to magnetic field, magnetic force. Here we have Coulomb's force. So the total force because of electric and magnetic field we have. So Q is a common term. So E vector plus V cross B vector. Suppose, so for representing this cross field electric and magnetic field, if this is plus Q, the velocity is in this direction, magnetic field QVB is in this direction, and QE, Coulomb's force, is in the downward direction. So there will be a special case where this force and this force will be equal. Suppose if it is equal, that is QE is equal to QVB. If that is the case, QQ gets cancelled and velocity is equal to E by B. That means electric field by magnetic field. So that means the velocity directly depends on electric field, which is volts per meter. And magnetic flux density, which is Webers per meter square. Okay. So it depends on electric field and magnetic field. That means velocity can be increased by increasing the electric field, and velocity decreases, that means magnetic field has increased. That's the meaning. So in a crossed electric and magnetic field, we have a steady velocity if both E and B are constant. We have a steady velocity given by the formula E divided by B. So that's all about motion of a charged particle under crossed electric and magnetic field. So we make use of electric field and magnetic field, and when both the forces are equal, this will be the answer. So where we are applying this kind of force. So in CRT and all, if you see, there are two types of deflection of electron beam. So you have a cathode. So assume a cathode is here, this is anode. So electrons from cathode will travel towards the anode. So this anode will be at very high potential. Suppose in monochrome television and all, it will be at 18 kilovolts. For color television, it will be 25 kilovolts. So the potential difference between cathode and anode for color television in CRT is 25 kV roughly. So the electron beam will start moving from cathode to anode. This is due to Coulomb's force. But this electron beam has to deflect left and right, top and bottom. And that can be done using magnetic field, usually a coil where current is passed through, and the coil will produce a magnetic field. So we have two different coils over the CRT. One is horizontal deflection coils and the other one is the vertical deflection coils. This is placed outside the CRT. That means we call it as yoke. Above the picture tube it is mounted, because magnetic field can penetrate through insulators also. So the idea is, when no field is there, magnetic field is there, this beam will go and straightly hit the screen. It will be at the midpoint, because no external force is acting, only Coulomb's law is acting. Now if you supply sawtooth kind of waveform for vertical and deflection coils, based on the magnetic field, this beam, electron beam, so when the electrons start moving, we can say it as a current. So this electron can be deflected left side or right side, top or bottom. For moving from top to bottom, we use vertical deflection coils, and moving from horizontal left side to right side horizontally, we use horizontal deflection coils, and the waveform we are using for these coils is sawtooth waveform. So this topic is very important just because it involves both electric and magnetic field. Nowadays present day televisions, they are using only LEDs. But if you see some 5 years or 7 years back, most of the televisions were of only CRT, vacuum tubes. Okay. So that was in use, but now slowly it is being disappearing, and we are using only LED based TVs. So, but the fundamentally we have to be strong, just because the motion of a charged particle under cross electric and magnetic field has been employed in CRTs. That's all about this topic. Thank you very much.